Hey YouTube, Dread Joker here, and welcome to Flashback Friday, where I go through my collection and find something that truly is old. So today, I'd like to do something special, not just for the premiere, but because I'd like to celebrate the launch of Season 2 of Voltron Legendary Defender. So today I went through my collection and I remembered I had a actual Voltron to my name. So we are going to be reviewing the Voltron the Third Dimension Voltron set. Starting off here, we have the Black Lion, looking actually pretty good, all things considered. Got a missile launcher up here on his back, and I've elected to remove the missile so I don't accidentally misfire and shoot myself in the eye. Again. But coming up here, the paintwork on this thing, for being almost 20 years old, is actually really good. This thing is 19 years old right now, and it's in actually pretty good condition, all things considered. Yeah. Hair on the camera. Let's come up on the head sculpt. You got nice silver paint for the mouth, nice little bits of red, yellow for the eyes, yellow for the horns, of course classic white for the jaw, red for the wings, complete black design, silver for the legs, and overall, I gotta say, even today, I still really like this figure for what it is. Now, for those of you not familiar with the Third Dimension, that was the second series of Voltron that takes place after the first, and it unfortunately got canceled at only 26 episodes. And also, for those of you complaining about how, like, for example, poorly made the new Lions may be, I'm going to point out some serious flaws in how these things are. So let's come back here. We got the nice basic design. Clearly, you can easily tell these are going to be the legs. Nice yellow tail here that folds up, pretty basic stuff. And also, if you come down to the chest here, got the nice classic Voltron logo here. Just come down here and pop the chest panel open, and inside, let me just pop him out here because he is tiny. He makes a modern Transformer Titan Master look big. Here is the Black Lion's figure. If I remember correctly, this was Keith. Let's just put him back in here and then just set this aside because we got 4 more to go through. And unfortunately, they get worse as we go along. So we'll go on to the Red Lion, number 2, as marked. And this one, I don't know what it was going for because it looks like it's part Starfighter, part Lion. And the articulation on this is better than the Black Lion, but not really. Got ratcheting legs, moving claws on both sides, soft joints here, and that's really it. The only gimmick this thing has, other than it does roll, is, I'm just going to put my hand over here, the head shoots off. Hooray! Hooray for shooting things. Although, in this case, that would be a headshot. Coming up to the Green Lion, which looks not much better, but still a little better. Unfortunately, this one did not really survive the test of time. However, this one has an opening cockpit. The red one does too, but before the review, I went through the bin this was in, and I could not find the red pilot anywhere, so I'm going to set that one off to the side again. Let's bring out Pidge. Come on, focus. But yeah, Pidge, for what the size of these things, I'm amazed that they were even able to get the silver detail on there, because most companies now don't even try. But even the figures are articulated. You got very restricted arm movement, and the legs can move. Articulation with the green is exactly the same as with the Red Lion, and it also has the headshot gimmick. Although the trigger on this one is much tighter. Moving up to the Blue Lion, which is number 4. See, it's decked out in nice silver and blue details with yellow eyes. I actually like this nice little black techno panel display they have up here. And then this one also has an opening cockpit, but this one makes sense. Just come hit up here and pop. And remove the little blue figure, who also came with this. Again, silver and blue detail. And this one, I don't know exactly who this is supposed to be. But for the third dimension, I'm going to take a wild guess and say Allura. Put this one back. Close the hatch. And this one also has cool articulation too, like the mouth opens. You know, it opens really well, and then you can see, hi. See right up through the head. But this one had a little gimmick to it too. Just compress the back legs up here a little bit. Can't remember how you were supposed to do this because it's been a really long time since I messed with this thing. Oh yeah, straighten out the legs. And then this thing has a little wheelbase. However, if you notice the little white tab back here, that means this thing has a back up and go gimmick. Let me just wind it up here, and then it will just roll off frame. Because the other gimmick is when you wind this thing up, what's supposed to happen is when you wind it up enough, it would go forward, and then this would pop up and launch the missile. Again, I removed the missile because I don't want to lose it. Also because I've already lost it. And Yellow Lion is the exact same as Blue Lion, with a couple of differences being, you know, better stickers. Like you got the nice tech panel display here on the side. On both sides, nice yellow stripe. Unfortunately, the eyes on this one are muted next to the base color of yellow. So they could have changed it to like, I don't know, something different. And then come open the cockpit here and bring out Hunk, the lovable heart of the team. Even in the old shows, he was always a fun-loving guy. Hunk. Articulation, same. You come down here, the mouth opens, and unlike the Blue Line, you can actually not see completely through because they thought to mold in a bigger head. Congrats. Exact same gimmick as the last one, only the missile launcher on this one, I just tested it, now it refuses to stay down. You see what I mean, people? There are flaws everywhere, and it's not just because these are old. But now, let's bring back the Blue Lion so that we can start forming Voltron. Step 1, raise the heads up. Step 2 is straighten out the legs here and form them like so. Come back here, fold up the back legs, because they do not want to go like that. Well, I mean, they can, but I personally prefer them with the hind feet up. Fold the tail down, and fold up the combiner peg, if you can even call it that. Second verse, same as the first. Just come down rapidly, get everything into position, so this won't turn out to be a 27-minute thing. Fold up the combiner peg, or if you can even qualify it, standing there. And the Black Lion is probably my best frenemy for the transformation because it's certainly unique-ish. First, get the wings out of the way, fold the tail up, straighten this whole thing out, come back here, open this up, and oh, I hate this leg. This one is too freaking tight. Come to think of it, I should probably loosen that screw later if I want to mess with this some more. Pop that one up. Oops. Straighten the foot out so that it actually goes in the way it should. Now bring the whole assembly back on both sides so that you can see what I'm doing. Turn it then fold in. Second verse, same as the first. 180, yeah, this thing had really tight ratchets back in the day, and unfortunately that was also the cause of some of this thing's major flaws. Then line it up. Okay, you're all connected, and then let's, oops. You're getting rather back heavy, aren't you? Okay, so to remedy this, just bring out the legs and give it some actual heel spurs. There we go. Then raise up the camera so that you can see what's going on. Come back and raise up. Oh, whoops. Rotate the wings around and bring them up and out. Bring in the red lion, which transformation is almost identical to all the others. Just bring everything in like so. Tail is conveniently the combiner peg. Although, should I say inconveniently, because there's a problem with it. Now, the first time I played with these things, I have gone through 2 sets of lions because, as you can see, it's already loose. You know, after 20-some years, I mean, you know, it should be loose, but the green lion is the one I went through twice, unfortunately. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the green one always broke. Like, always. There was no getting this thing to stay in decent shape. Yeah, and that's all. So this one's going to slouch down because it's broken, but then we come up to the top here, unfold the head, and fold out the horns. And there, oops, page trying to fall out. There we have our completed Voltron, and let's bring him in here close so we can get a nice picture of the face. And I gotta say, I always was a big fan of Voltron, even back when I was a kid. But this just grew on me over the years. I love the overly dramatic head sculpt, the nice crest on the chest. Hey, that rhymed. This overly imposed belt buckle. It's always something I loved. Now, this guy also came with accessories. No missile launchers or anything, because that's all integrated, but first he came with his nice throwing star of death shield, which I'm going to give to the green lion because it won't hold it up anyways. Well, I mean, it will, but I'm kind of breaking the joint, so I mean, oh well, this thing has survived 20 years. I'm not expecting it to survive much longer. But then, my favorite part, it comes with a massive blazing sword. And I love this thing. I actually wanted to scan this thing just so I could make a replica of it, but I figure why not. And then just come in, it just comes in. And yeah, for those of you who are complaining about, like, the new Voltron being so expensive, let's just say this. This figure, back in the day, each lion was $10. So for $50, it's kind of a you get what you pay for thing. And unfortunately, yeah, that squeaking was one of the parts not wanting to let go. And it was a, you know, get what you pay for. I mean, the articulation was limited to, you had good universal shoulders. Unfortunately, that was really it. You also had hips and feet. And, you know, obviously you can look up, you know, it can do the whole squirrel thing, but doing so breaks the transformation. But for what this is, I like it. I'm not saying go out and buy it, far from it. In actuality, the original Voltron was better. This was a cheaper alternative, and the new stuff from Legendary Defender, I cannot wait to get my hands on, because I just watched Emgo's review on it, and oh my god, I did not expect it to actually have... The new one has shoulders, hips, it has elbows, knees. It has slight foot rotation, nothing at the neck or anything, but it is just so much better than this. They absolutely went above and beyond, and this, I want to say, back in the day was made by, not Spin Master, it was either Playmates or... No, wait, maybe it was Kenner back then, because back then they still hadn't merged with Hasbro, or whatever happened. I'm not really 100% on it, but yeah. And this thing has been in my collection since 1998, so it's over 19 years old at this point now. So yeah, let me just raise the arms up and see if I can... It's stuck in my shirt. But yeah, for what this is, gotta say, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that is my Voltron the Third Dimension review for Flashback Fridays. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching.